Today you're going to complete warm-ups 19 and 20. Let's put 19 at the top, divide our page in half, and do warm-up 20 down here. Let's focus first on 19, which uses a half sphere repeatedly. So we're going to build a spaceship. So let's start first with two dots. They're spread out pretty far apart. We're going to put our first ellipse passing through those, and then we're going to do a smaller one, creating an inside edge that gives us a thickness for the wall that of our object, of our form. Now we're going to put underneath kind of like a half circle. So we're really doing, like, if you could imagine this being a sphere cut in half. I'm going to just make it a little more rounded. All right, now we're going to do the glass dome that is on top, comes from these inside lines here. Okay, and we're going to do legs. We're going to do a leg here, a leg here, and we're going to do a leg that'll sit in the back here. We're right now just make that a triangle. These legs will be cones, so we're going to see them tapering to a point and curved at the top. So tapering to a point, curved at the top, and then at the bottom this will be like a reversed, almost one of these turned upside down. And from this angle would have a curve on the bottom. So bowl shape turned over on the top, curve at the bottom. This one, because it's further back, sits higher up, curve on the bottom. We can give it like a double line, double line, double line. Okay, now we're also going to give ourselves a ground line and a cast shadow. On the legs, because these are sitting in front, we're going to erase where they're sitting on top of this piece. We're going to do, well, let's do an exhaust. So out the back, it'll be small, getting to larger. And we're going to do a curve here. If we could think we're going to do points here, we're going to wrap a cylinder base here, back, back, and a curve here. Okay, so that's going to be our exhaust. We'll do some type of exhaust coming out. We're going to shade on the bottom side here, on the bottom side here. We're going to shade curving around this to this bottom. And then darker here, so we will cross hatch in a curve that tells us that our object is round. And then on the top, we're going to do a peak up to a point, and then we're actually going to take this object, we're going to turn it sideways. So we're going to have an ellipse here, curve back, and out here, out to a point. I guess that's our sonar system. And then you can put whatever you like inside here. I'm going to do, I don't know, maybe like a space alien or cat or something. I don't even know. I'm going to do a he's going to have a couple extra arms. You can make whatever kind of creature you want in there. Okay, and he'll be sitting in front of the lines that pass in the back. So make sure when you make your creature that he's sitting in front and covers those lines that pass behind him. And there you go, one down. Okay, so now for warm-up 20, we're going to start with a line going back, and this is on a pretty heavy angle. I'm going to make sure my paper is straight here. Pretty heavy angle. From the base of this, we're going to do an ellipse, but it's going to be a vertical ellipse. We're going to go in the middle, find the middle of that ellipse. And then on the top of this, we're going to angle still back, but we're going to taper down a little bit. And we're going to look for where this line is in the middle. So we marked it with that circle. We're going to mark a line that extends past these two. Now, whatever curve this is, we're going to try and match it here and here and here. And then we're going to take that to this point here and here. So we're showing that this end of the pencil is closer to us. It's traveling back in space. We're going to shade this back end. And I'm going to do like a cross-hatch shading. If you have your blending stub, you can certainly blend it. Here we're going to do this band dark, except for a reflected spot right there. Okay, we're still on this curve, keeping everything rounded. Up here, we're going to, I'm going to lighten this a little bit. Let me get rid of this guideline too here. It's helpful to have guidelines, and then when we're done with them, we just erase them, which is why we draw lightly. Okay, so here I'm going to make it look like, it's the sharpened wood end of a pencil. So like how this is jagged here, we're sort of imitating that there. We'll do the end of our pencil dark, like the lead of a pencil. And then we're going to do curved, like contoured curve shading on the bottom. Curve. And we'll darken it by cross hatching. So we're going to go across, tight, and then fading as it comes up. So at this bottom it's its darkest. And then we're going to do a cast shadow. So a cast shadow is something like this. On an object like this, we're going to follow this angle as we go up our pencil. And this will be the same angle as it goes up. And then when we get to here, we're not going to tip up because this part of the pencil is lifted up off the table. So the cast shadow will be down here and taper to a point. And that is it. When you're done with both warm-ups 19 and 20, you can submit.